Hi everyone, it's Wes here, and today I want to share some of the tips that can help you excel in a new job. So, if you have been able to get a new job and you've been wondering, how can I be able to excel at this new job? I'm sure these tips will be helpful. And also, let me just say, I recently got a new job and I've been trying to practice these things and they've been working for me. So I was like, you know what, why not share it with people? So, I wrote these tips last year on my blog. I'll put the link in the description box. So I was going through them. I was like, you know what? Why not talk about your experience as you talk about these tips? Because I mean, I just don't want to be talking about these things, but I also want to be walking them. Yeah, you know, about walk the talk or whatever they call it. So I'll share like 4 tips. I wrote 6 tips on my channel or on the blog, but I'll just share 4 tips. I mean, you can read the rest on the blog. So the first one that I always recommend, that I'll say, if you find yourself in a new job, make sure you always wear the learning hat, or you ask a lot of questions. Now, when they've hired you, they know that you are there to bring in value. But the thing is, as a new recruit, most of the times it's a new system. I mean, unless you worked there already some time back. But if you're a new recruit that you've never worked for them, this is a new system, you know nothing about what they do, totally different. So when you get into a new environment, new space, make sure you get to learn about how they do whatever they do. I mean, yes, you bring in your ideas, your suggestions, and everything, but at least for the first few months, I'd say, remain a little bit. Okay, I don't want to say remain on the law because it's not like you should just be there and I'll just take in whatever information. No, you should be able to give in some suggestions as well as ideas. But the thing is, when you are new in a system, you somehow don't understand how everything works. So you may somehow give ideas that are not really going to work in the system because it won't work. As simple as that. So the idea is make sure you ask a lot of questions, and not only ask questions, ask a lot of effective questions, I would say, because the more you ask questions, the more you get to understand how everything works. So the first tip is as simple as that. Make sure you learn a lot about the systems and how everything works. And also, while you're at it, make sure you ask a lot of questions because that's one of the easiest way for you to learn a lot about the new job that you find yourself in. Now, that's the first tip. The second tip is ask for more work. Now, how can you say I'm a new employee here and have to ask for more work? Now the thing is, once you have got into the system, now you have understood, let's say, your job roles, and now you know, okay, this is what I'll be doing on a daily basis, or this is what I'll be doing. When you have somehow mastered whatever you're doing, I will simply say, you know what, ask for a little more work, because that will somehow show you as someone who is more valuable, as someone who is willing to build more skills, as someone who is always willing to take in more work. And if there are any promotions like in the future or whatever, they may consider you. So if you're done for the day, let's say by maybe 3 p.m., but then you knock off at 5, yeah, get to ask either your manager or your supervisor to say, you know what, I'm looking for more work. Like, can I be able to help maybe this team as well? Can I be able to help this team? Or you can also try to find some work from other departments, depending on what department you're working in. I'll give an example. I work in procurement. We sometimes work hand in hand with the finance department. So the thing is, I'll get to ask a little more work from other departments or from your supervisor. And then this will somehow make you be a well-rounded individual in your department. When they're looking for new information, they'll be like, you know what, ask Wezi. I think he knows something about this. Oh, ask this guy. I think he knows something about this. So yeah, that's the whole thing about asking for a little more work. Now, the third tip that can help you have a good attitude. Now, what is a good attitude? I'd say this is more of like one that is positive, full of enthusiasm, full of courage, full of boldness, courage. I already mentioned courage. But anyway, so make sure you're full of these positive traits, because if you're a new employee, I mean, everyone is looking forward to, oh, yeah, we have to link in with this new person and everything. So if you portray a bad attitude from the first, let's say, first week, I mean, you're in the first week, but you've already started complaining, grumbling, and everything, people will be like, yo, this newcomer is coming with new fire. Yeah, you get it. But the thing is, I mean, you get what I mean. But the thing is, just make sure you maintain a good positive attitude throughout. I mean, now I'm not saying because you're a new employee you should maintain a good attitude up until a certain point. Like there's a certain tipping point to say when you reach this level you can do a bad attitude. No, I'm simply saying have a good attitude regardless of whether you're new or you're old or whatever. And just make sure you have a good attitude while you're at it. So All right, so the last point, which is number 4, is be innovative and be creative. So if you heard the first point I was saying, make sure you learn and ask a lot of questions, you understand the system. Now, when you have understood the system and how everything works, what's the next thing you can do? You have to show them that, you know what, you're a creative person, you're an innovative individual, by coming up with new solutions of improving the systems or improving the efficiency and things like those. So, yeah, now also this one, it's not like you just say, I think as a department, this is what we should be doing. No, the idea is you look into the system and then you see like the pain points, you see what we call like the bottlenecks, and then you're like, okay, you know what? I feel like we can be able to make. Not I feel like. I think we can be able to make feelings. We ain't dealing with feelings here, but I think we can be able to make some changes, maybe in this system, and then we can be able to work it out in this type of way. So pretty much it's just a matter of you trying to bring in innovative ideas. You can read more, you can research more, and then come up with something like a proper proposal. Maybe write it through an email to your boss or to maybe your colleagues in the department to say, you know what, I'm thinking of this. Do you think this can work in the department? And then, yeah, get to see how it works out. So these for me now, there have been somehow some of the things that I've been using. Like for the first one, I've really been asking a lot of questions at work. Like if you ask anyone, they say, hey, what is the ask? That's a lot of questions. But then the thing is, let me just give you, let me put it on a scale to say, on the first day, I'd ask maybe 10 questions a day. On the second day, I'd ask 9. On the third day, I ask 8. As days pass, or as time passes, the number of questions are getting less, mainly because I'm getting to learn a little more things. I'm getting to understand how things work. So, yeah, so that's the first thing. Yeah, the second thing is what? Ask for more work. Yeah, so I'm able to ask a little more work for my boss to say, you know what, I'm able to do that. I'm able to do that, for me to be able to do a little more just to understand how things work. The third one, showing a positive attitude. I try. I do. I always do. I think I'm more like, uh, I like to think that I'm more of like a person who has a positive attitude in life, just in general. So I think that's what I've been also portraying, I would say, at work. And the last one, being more creative or innovative. Yeah, I think I've been trying to also bring in a little bit, no, I wouldn't say new ways of doing things. Maybe just trying to say, okay, what if we do this in this way? Maybe present thing, but maybe just in a slightly different way, just to somehow maybe drive a little more efficiency in the team or in the system, kind of. Yeah. So, but also for me, I think it has been a little bit, I wouldn't say challenging. I'd say a little bit different because of the differences in context. Now, I was working in Malawi in NGO. I also work in public procurement, private procurement. Now, I come here to Scotland. I'm working in the public procurement, which is totally different. Totally different rules, regulations, procurement policies, different country. Everything is different, guys. So I've been trying to learn as I go, just to see how everything works. So yeah, but it's been good for me. So I'm trying to walk the talk. I just don't want to write things that I don't practice. So I'm trying to practice. So yeah, I would also like to learn from you guys. What are some of the tips or some of the things that you've done on a new job that have helped you excel in your new job? You can post down in the comment section. Willing to learn from you guys as well. So I'll see you guys in the next video. If you find these videos very helpful, you may want to subscribe and share this video and like and hit the notification bell and whatever you see on the screen. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.